What is up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. Today we talk about the latest Fortnite update, guys, apparently breaking the game and especially breaking aim assist. Now, they've actually introduced a lot of new features. If you guys have not seen, I'll link their latest update down below for all of you guys. It seemed to be a great update in terms of the addition of specific features for terms of aim assist and sensitivity, and it seemed like a wide variety of options we did not have before, at least for controller players. Now, it's long been the debate. I'm not going to get into it probably during this video, guys, between mouse and keyboard players and controller players, especially when they do play together in the very few games they actually can. Of course, new Call of Duty Modern Warfare being one of them, Fortnite also being one of the few out there with full cross-platform play where these guys can actually play against each other, and when they can, well, the debate continues. Of course, mouse and keyboard typically being most dominant, controller usually lagging behind. They could typically L2 spam with that aim assist, and now these brand new aim assist features, well, they line up exactly with what Call of Duty Modern Warfare was trying to do with their beta, if you guys did play that as well. If you guys know, vertical and horizontal aim sensitivity alongside aim assist for at least Call of Duty was actually offered for everyone alongside controller players and PC or mouse and keyboard players. They were all given these aim assist features, although it's very weird because when it comes time for the beta, we didn't have too much time to actually analyze how these features affected controller players versus those PC players, because when it came to aim assist, they each had 3 different features, but they were titled differently as well. So they each had horizontal, vertical sensitivity as well as aim assist features. The thing with Call of Duty, though, when it came to target assisting, that was an additional feature for controller players. So a lot of people not really talking about that. Call of Duty trying to maybe kind of revolutionize this aim assist, a general thing for everybody, but controller players get an additional target assist. Apparently, we didn't see too many complaints, at least I don't think, about PC players lagging behind that of controller players for Call of Duty. Although we didn't really get to play too long, the beta was only 1 week for PC, 1 week for PS4, and they did a pretty good job, I would say, in most parts, segregating those two communities, that being console players from PC players. I would say they do a better job of doing that than Fortnite would do as well. So we kind of butt heads more in Fortnite when this kind of thing does happen. If you guys have not seen it as well, they might have taken it too far. Luckily enough, they did actually remove with this L2 trigger spam, but with that, they might have made controllers a bit too strong. Yeah, it seems pretty good, right? I was not seeing any of that in Call of Duty, and again with Call of Duty though, it takes a lot less bullets to kill you, so maybe we just weren't seeing it because, well, Call of Duty is such fast kills, it's harder to analyze that kind of thing. When you see clips like this in Fortnite, you know that something might be a bit wrong. I was looking to the brief settings as well. I've already talked about that, guys. Apparently the ADSing, the aim down sights, that's what it does stand for, the vertical horizontal sensitivity. Alongside that, an entire section, an advanced section for ADS settings. I like very lastly as well, they make sure to point out when we go to the aim assist settings, lowering the setting is not recommended. So keep that 100% strength for all of you aim assisters out there. And I would too if I was a controller player. I'm not trying to hop into the debate out there that controller players are not weakened when it comes time for facing off against a mouse and keyboard player who are usually dominant in most games out there. It's very obvious, especially when you look at tournament qualifiers, especially Worlds qualifiers, guys. The far majority of players who do qualify in the professional scene, for Fortnite at least, yes, they are mouse and keyboard players because they have distinct advantages. I don't know if this is the way to fix it, though. I love the idea of offering so many options out there, and when it comes down to the debate between Fortnite and Call of Duty, yes, they're both trying cross-platform. We're going to see the giant debate in the future. Should mouse and keyboard players ever play alongside controller players? Is there ever a way to balance both communities where they're not going to be complaining that one is stronger than the other? I don't know. That's a tough cross to bear. But the reality is we should not be surprised by this, right? Epic Games does not even test, it seems, individual weapons upon release, let alone do you think they really went through all of these settings and tested if they could be overpowered or broken or not? Most likely not, guys. I do think there might be a fine line, hopefully, with these settings, but now they've been introduced, we have players out there with dozens of additional settings to choose from, and I don't know how Epic's going to revert this or change this and actually correct it in the future. It seems, as of right now, aim assist for controllers are pretty broken, although some could argue, you could certainly have the argument out there that controller players, they had such a lesser hand in a lot of engagements out there, maybe this was needed. maybe it wasn't. I know a lot of PC players out there are pretty upset about this, and maybe rightfully so. There's just such a large debate out there with such little data out there to actually analyze the differences between mouse and keyboard versus a controller. It's hard to argue in either fashion. Either way, we have controller players pretty happy about this. Improvements have certainly been made in aim sensitivity as well as aim assist, and alongside that, mouse and keyboard players, they might have the lesser hand in most engagements now. Fortnite continued to break ground on breaking updates, and are we still surprised? Until next time, guys, I hope you all enjoy. What are your thoughts on this? What do you guys think? There's so many different things to talk about, and hopefully going to be breaking it down more here in the future as Epic continues to give us a ton of surprises. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Bye-bye.